Hello and welcome back to Man of the Antz Plays Planet Coaster's career mode. So we are continuing on with King Coaster. We have one more coaster to build, which is the 8 Excitement 5 Fear, average speed of 35 miles an hour and a biggest drop of at least 100 meters. Which is quite large, but there's no length restriction on it. I think it'll have to be relatively long just to get the average speed up, because the climb's only going to go about 14 miles an hour anyway, or something like that. So we need to have a bit of a longer one to bleed off that speed and to get that average speed up a little bit as well at the same time. So first things first, we need to start or get a starting point for the coaster. So let's build this out over here. And then we need to decide where we're going to start this. So I'm thinking we'll start it around here. Climb up here. Go over here and do some shizzle. And then come back with hopefully a nice gentle corner in. So then we need... What do we need? We need a coaster. What am I doing? Coasters. Do we have any to reveal? We do indeed. The Athon? Something like that. Another one to research, but I guess at this point it's probably not too important. Really, is it? Let's pop the speed up just so we can make some of that lovely money. Up to $280,000 now. So it's getting a little bit insane, really, isn't it? So we want a custom coaster. We don't really care if it inverts, to be honest. Not entirely important to us. But we want to do something that's a bit different. We don't want the hydraulic launch, because we want to have a 100-meter drop. So we don't want a hydraulic launch. We want something which has a climb in it. Like I say, we're not too bothered about the inversion. Oh, I don't really know what one to go for. Maybe that one? I like the look of that. Well, that's 1800. So it's going to cost a lot of money, but not too big of a deal for us, really, is it? Can partially invert. What does that mean? Or do we go for the Athon? No, I'm going to go with this one and go with the hanging one. It's done. I have decided. So first things first, we need to get this starting point off. We want that to be the other way around. How do we do that again? How do we do that again? No, I just want to select that. How do I just change that around? Oh, here we go. No. How do I get it going in a different direction? Let's just undo that a second. Start that again. Took me a while to get this right last time as well, didn't it? I think we need to have it pointing that way to start with. Might even have to put it up here. I'm just looking at the amount of space it's got coming back in. I might have to put it here, I think. That should be maybe just a little rotation more in this direction. No, too much. We need to turn off the auto, or the angle snap. That's what I was looking for. So let's bring it up a little bit. And then something like that. Something like that. Alright, let's stick it there. And then we'll assume we can change that. Oh, because one I probably actually want to do. Oh no, we should be able to change that. There we go. And so can I... Let's do that. And then we want a chain lift. Yeah, we don't want any of those. We want a chain lift to go straight up. We want it to be going as fast as possible to keep the maximum speed up. So we want a 100-meter drop. How big are these at the moment? 12 meters. And how many? Oops. Oh dear. Not what I wanted to do at all. How many do we have? I wasn't really counting. Let's count this time. So if we extend that to 20, I suppose that doesn't really matter there. We should probably leave that one relatively small. And these we will bring up. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. But obviously, not actually 100 meters up, probably. My lord, what is going on here? So we might need to do another one. Because obviously, because it's not going straight up, is it? Obviously. Obs. Let's turn off... Angle snap isn't on. Of course it's not. I'm being an idiot. So if we just do this, if we just send it straight down, which will be around there-ish, a bit too far. I don't want it going back on itself. About there. So if we just go straight down, and then roughly straighten it out. If we just hit autocomplete, autocomplete failed immediately. What I want to just do is make sure that drop is 100 meters. So if we just bring this back then, pretty much straighten that out. Autocomplete, billy billy bing, perfect. And if we start a test, let's just see how long that drop is. It's going to be horrible. Results, drop, 110 meters. Okay, so we do have a 100-meter drop, so that's that first one ticked off. That's what we wanted. So if we just undo all of that now, and we can start. So what I think it means, because we played with this before, I think if we do like a 60-degree drop and then go up to a 50 and back to a 60, that doesn't count as one continuous drop, from what I understand. So if we come down about there-ish, I'm thinking something like that. Then we need to start really gently, because they will be absolutely flying at this point. Well, that's the edge of the map there, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to need to start... Oh, no, what did I do? We're going to need to start turning this as well then. Probably bringing that down a little bit. One of the things I watched a bit more of... Hefty's videos. What I might actually do is just auto-complete that and make sure that is actually going to be... I mean, it should be a 100-meter drop, because I... Go on, you can do it. There you go. Because I started changing the angles towards the bottom there. I want to make sure that actually works. Drop 123. Yes, we still have that big drop. Excellent. If anything, a bit too big, but there we go. And the average speed is 38, so the average speed is fine. At the moment, it has to be 35, I think, doesn't it? Yes. So one of the things that I saw Tefty do was take a lot more, pay much more attention to the G-forces, because this is what can really push your fear up, and fear is what we care about here. At the moment, obviously, it's at 14, which is terrible. If you have a look at the fear, this is all terrible, probably because it's just going way too fast. Yes, 80, 90 miles an hour, it's way too fast. In fact, we might need to go back and take that drop off a little bit more, because we've got 20 meters of additional drop there. So he looked a lot more at the G-force. So the G-force here, that 5, that's going to push the fear up because of that G-force. So the only thing you can really do there is just drag that curve out a little bit more. And the lateral G-force, like we have here, bit of banking in there. that helps stop that lateral G-force taking so much effect and spreads it between the lateral and the vertical. So that's what we need to do here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back. We're going to take off the map. So maybe even come in here and start bringing this up there. Maybe start flattening that out a little bit. So if we just hit autocomplete there, and say go, boom. All we want to make sure is that it still has that 106 meter drop. That's about perfect. So what do we have in terms of heat map type stuff? Excitement is good here. It starts trailing off a bit here, but that kind of makes sense. But we're going to have to do something about that. Start turning it earlier, maybe. Fear is quite high here. So we'll probably have to go back and start bringing that up a bit quicker. And if we have a look at our lateral Gs, not our lateral Gs, our vertical Gs, that's why fear is going up there, look, because the lateral or the vertical Gs are just starting to peak up a little bit. So let's go back to about there. I have to go back one more. And let's try and do it a little bit more gently, particularly to start with. That's going to go way too low, isn't it? Let's go to about here. Still going to go too low. I think maybe I'm trying to be a little bit too gentle. What if we do about 10 degrees per section? If we do 10 degrees per section, I don't think it's going to go 100 meters. And as it starts going up, we want to start just turning it just a little bit, by about 10 degrees again, probably. So if we just hit autocomplete there, that's going to fail instantly, okay. We start turning in a little bit more. Then if we hit autocomplete, auto failed again. So let's just do that and hit autocomplete just so it actually makes it. Make sure we still have that drop. So if we don't have the drop, we are immediately screwed anyway. Where is it? Oh, it's just coming now. There it goes. Vroom. It doesn't do it anymore. Only it does 98. Okay, so let's undo that then. So what we didn't really look at there was our vertical Gs. Our vertical Gs are much nicer. Much nicer. We just need to keep it going just a fraction longer. Maybe something like that. And then start it coming over. Still underground at the moment. Where is it? There it is. So if we just do that and hit autocomplete. You can do it. There you go. Let's just check the results. 98. Bugger and bugger and bugger. Let's get rid of that a second. Even this first bit is causing us a bit of frustration, isn't it? So let's just stick an extra one in just like that there, and then we'll start doing the 10s. In fact, if we do 2 10s, and then we'll start doing 15s. And then we'll start turning it by about 10. Bring it up by about 10. Bring it up by about another 10. And let's see what happens there. Biggest drop of 111, so it's a little bit longer than really we'd probably need, but it's there, which is something. So fear is really high, and that's because of the immense amount of speed we are doing around here. Don't really know what we can do about that, apart from maybe just putting in a brake down there if we can. That actually might be an option. The lateral Gs obviously there are terrible. That's fine, that's not a corner we actually want, and the vertical Gs don't get too crazy. So we're actually okay. If we turn that off, that is not at all what I wanted to do. Stop it. Stop it. What I want to do is actually select something like down there. So I can make one of these a brake. So maybe I'll do that. And if I hit the deceleration is already at about 5. So if we take a look at a heat map for fear, see that's really improved the fear rate there, look. It really has. And if we have a look at the speed, still going like 80, 90 miles an hour. So if we go with the next section, that is already brakes. That is already brakes. How much of this is brakes? That much, okay. Well, maybe if we do another one, let's see how that affects the speed. In fact, I think maybe it already did. If we take a look at the fear, yeah, so it peaks up to about 6 there, but that's not too bad. It does need to go down because it has to be at most 4 fear. So in fact, I might make that one brakes as well. And we'll see what that does for the fear rating when the next test kicks off. No, it didn't really do much, did it? I don't think. What about speed? Speed does go right down. So in fact, let's undo that then. So what we need to do now is get the excitement. Oh, the excitement's actually quite high, isn't it? Excitement's good. Everything's looking quite good at that point right there. Not going too fast either. So what can we do? We can invert, but I'm not sure we really want to. That looks like it's going to be a bit crazy. What if we do something like that and make that a bit big? Has it got enough speed to get around there is the thing. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have enough speed to get around there because we bled off so much of that speed. We need to get our excitement right up. So what I might do then is I might actually delete a couple more of those and then put something in there. Something that turns it to the right, not that one. That's going outside of the boundaries, isn't it? Again, we don't want to dive. I keep saying right. I do mean left, don't I? That is exactly what I mean. What if we put that in then? What does that do for us? We just make it around. Not enough to, not fast enough to come onto the heat map. It's not great, but it does improve things a little bit. And so what from there, if we go into something to the left, like a dive loop left, that's not going to be... It's not going to have enough speed for that, I don't think, is it? What if we do one of these? It needs to just go a little bit faster, doesn't it? Might have to take off one of those brakes. If I can figure out where they are underground. Might just dig the ground away actually there to help us out a bit. So if we just bring this down. In fact, what we need to do is have a look at our speed. Speed looks okay. Speed's all good. That is all good. Excitement is the potential problem because it does lose a lot of excitement over here, really, doesn't it? And it all goes back up here though. And how's our fear doing? Our fear's doing okay as well. It's a little high. It is a little high. All in the 5s. It needs to go under 5. And I don't think the low fear over here is going to be enough to really change that. God, the fear goes terrible there. This little bit. We take off our heat map momentarily. Ah, see, I did get rid of that. So it's going quite fast there, so we don't want anything too mental. So not that. We do want it to carry on going in the same direction. So maybe... maybe that? Just want to make sure it's actually going to make it around there. It does. The excitement is relatively high. Fear goes up a little bit there. We're starting to get to about the same level. I don't think we want that. What if we do that? No, let's not do that. Immediately bad idea. And if we just sort of hit autocomplete? What happens if we just do that? Fear is way too high. Excitement is way too low. Average speed is fine, and we have the biggest drop, which is fine. So if we just take a look at the coaster then. Let's take a look at the lateral G-force. See, that corner there is horrible. That needs to go. Everything else is fine. Vertical G-force, oh, there is a fair amount there, isn't it? That bit there is bad. That's the worst bit by far. Little high there, but not insane. Although it does go up from 4, so maybe there as well. But this corner here is by far the worst offender. So let's undo that. I can't really slow it down much more, I don't think. But I might have to. So there's our one break section. So if I make that a break section as well, in fact I might do 2. So it goes down there, breaks, breaks, breaks. Too many breaks. Undo one of the breaks. Stop and start. And there it goes. So it can't get over that loop, but that might not be the worst thing in the world. So let's get rid of that loop. I do quite like the inclined loop, so maybe we'll try one of those. Not that. So if we bring that about level. If we hit autocomplete, that corner there is going to be utterly horrible, isn't it? We need something a bit more gentle. So what if we do that and then stick in like an overbanked turn maybe? No, not that. I don't like that. That's way too big. Maybe that? Not 100% convinced that'll reach that, but let's have a look. No. No, it won't. So what do we have to bring it back on itself? Well, a hammerhead turn, that'll probably work. Oh, not that. We'll have to stop and start because the coaster was just stuck there. So up it goes, up it goes, up it goes, down and around. Ooh. Ooh, so excitement's still a little bit low, just a little bit low, but fear is good. Average speed is good and the drop is good. That's remarkably close. That is remarkably close. We need to get excitement up to 8. So just one more excitement, and we will be fine. We can't change the brakes. So what do we do about excitement? It's low there. It's very low all around here. So maybe we need to change this end section in particular. I think that's what we need to do. But we'll just leave the test going, but we'll just turn the heat map off. So yeah, it's this end section here we need to worry about. And why is that so low? Is it because speed's a little low? Speed's not that bad. So what are we gonna do instead of what we just had? Oh, think it's done on oh, yeah, I did. There's no redo option, is there? There is. Control and Y. Excellent. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What do we 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 do? No, that's basically what we've already got. Oops. Let's redo that. I wonder if that will make it along. No. It needs to be something that goes down. Something that goes down. Nope. Oh, stop doing that. You're an idiot. About that. With another inclined loop. And then another one of those. What did I just do? A down. And then we'll go into one of those. What was it? It was a hammerhead turn? Is it non-inclined? Wasn't a figure of 8. Wasn't an overbanked. Where was it? Wasn't banana roll. Hammerhead turn. Not quite. Oh. Frustrating. Nope. Undo. Autocomplete failed. Is that... Why is that failing, I wonder? Why is that failing? So what about that? So it goes down a little bit to get a little bit more speed to get around that last bit, which will hopefully... It's doing that thing where it's all moving very slowly. Ugh. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I don't like it. Oh, why is it doing it? Have I hit some sort of modification key? That's... What if I go into a camera and then come out? No, still doing it. Oh god, why is that happening? Why is that happening? Anyway, let's go into testing. Is it testing? It is. Can't see it. Oh, there it is. Up and around and up and around. No, excitement's all low there. It's all too slow. All too slow. In fact, that's worse than it was before. Much worse than it was before. Because fear is way up there. Yeah, no, that's no good. None of that is any good whatsoever. So what am I going to do here? Apart from getting really frustrated by this really slow So shift makes it go a little bit faster, but yeah, I don't know. So how do we make this exciting? How fast does it go in there? It's going about 50 miles an hour, so it's not exactly going slow. What if we just do something just as simple as just some bumps? What we could do is some corners with opposite banking. So I think they quite like that. Can we squeeze in one of those? What is going on here? Don't really know. That's not what I had before. What did I have before? Undo, undo. I don't have enough speed to make it around that, so that's no good. It's not going to make it up that, is it? But what if we put that in and make it smaller? What happens then? Test was stuck, of course. Ooh. Ooh, is that close? Is that close? So we need to go up 0.5 and down 0.2 in fear. That's not bad at all. So Simon's all good there. It's mainly poor here and here. And obviously the chain lift is quite boring, but there's very little we can do about chain lift. And also over here, I might... And where's fear? Oh, fear is terrible there. If we can get the fear down there... In fact, if we can do something with this section here... Why is fear so bad there? Lateral G's pretty much. I don't have any... Oh, sorry, vertical G's. Lateral G's are quite bad with this here. So what if I just... Oh my god, this movement thing is driving me mental. I want to try and smooth it out, but that's not going to work, is it? So what if I just delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that? So what if here we just put in like a straight normal corkscrew? What happens then? Excitement's gone down a little bit, but fear's gone down as well. But only a tiny little bit. Only a teeny tiny little bit. Fear is still horrible here. And excitement is better, but not great. We could still do a fix in this bit, really. But that corkscrew is good for excitement, but bad for fear. Okay. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So this bit was terrible for excitement, wasn't it? Yeah, this whole bit here is terrible for excitement. For some reason, I'm not sure why. So I might just get rid of this then. Oh, we will redo that. No, we will redo that. Why can't I redo? Because it was deleted. Right, so there's nothing to redo. I wanted to undo it. Right, okay. And then from here, what are we going to do to make this bit here exciting? What about that? What about just a random bunch of corkscrews? Oh, fear is good. Now it's just the excitement we need to get up. So that's all a lot better for excitement. There's a big dip here. And there's a big dip over, and this bit here isn't very exciting either. What have we got here? Oh god, I wish I knew what it's doing. That is driving me mental. This bit here. What does this do? Crazy things. That didn't change anything, did it? I don't think so. So what if we just come over here? Oh, you can't because it's a prefab piece. I wanted to try and change the banking on it. So what if we just make it... I mean, that's way too small now, I think. What if we just do something like that? What's that going to do? No, fear's gone up and it's changed a little bit, but not much. So let's undo that. Oh my word, is this driving me insane? So we can get the excitement up here. So the next bit is just a prefab piece. These two here aren't. So what if we do something like... Oh, I don't know. I can't stick any banking in. I can't do it there either. Wow, that's really destroying my PC. I suppose if we change this one... Oh, I can change the banking now. So if we just stick in 30 degrees of banking... What happened? Oh dear me. Almost coughed and spat all at the same time. Oh, why won't you work? I just need the littlest bit of excitement. The littlest bit. Without changing the fear. That's the problem. A little bit of excitement without changing the fear. So what if we just change the deceleration rate on the braking by a little bit? What happens then? Where's our braking parts? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So if we just change that one back, what happens then? Let's just start and stop. 7349. And here he comes. God, that goes horribly wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Let's immediately put that back in. Jesus. So that's got it back to normal. I just need a little bit more excitement and I'm just not too sure what to do. Without changing the fear, that's the problem. And this bloody controlling is doing my nutting. What if we just get rid of this? What if we just delete that and then just do that? What happens then? Absolutely nothing. Oh, fear goes up. That's what happens. Fear goes up. And excitement up slightly, I think, but nothing to write home about. Ha. So I undo that, because that's easy enough to do at least. So let's go to the original idea we had, which was changing the deceleration rates on our brakes. It does all of it, so let's see what happens there. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's going to do something probably horrible. Yeah, excitement went up, but fear went up as well. So the fear here is quite high. Now it's this very end bit that's causing problems again. The excitement in there is pretty good though. Oh, I cannot be dealing with this. Mouse really can't. I'm going to have to stop in a second anyway because it's been 40 minutes now. But let's have a quick go at doing something with this. Because this is now horrible. I'm going to guess because the G-forces are bad. That colour there is horrible colour. That's what that means. So what if we just make this... Just make it bigger. What happens then? Too big. Too big. try that again. So those two coasters are very close together, aren't they? That's cool. Where is it? Here it comes, around there. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. I think it's a little better, but we've still got some insane G-force just there as it's coming into this. So I think that's going to have to go. And also just there is pretty bad. So if we take a look at our fear. Oh, our fear is actually good there. But right here, so this little bit here is terrible. But the excitement is also not great. So let's just try something. I'm not sure what yet. Not sure what. But something. None of these things. How fast does it go in there? Oh, about 50 time it hits it. That's way too big. Way too big. That's what we already had, wasn't it? That's why it looks like it fits quite as well as it does. That other coaster being there is actually a bit of a pain, isn't it? So none of those things work. Suppose we could just try something and sort of do that with it, couldn't we? So what if we do that and autocomplete? Oh, it goes very slow, doesn't it? That's not going to help. 7653. No, I don't think a loop's the answer. What about that? If we make that a bit smaller, other way. And then this section, delete back and say autocomplete. So it's lovely and smooth. What happens then? It's a mental coaster, this, isn't it? Still not quite. Still not quite. Let's take a look at the fear. Fear is very bad there, so we need to do something with that. That's what's killing that fear. And the excitement there is also pretty bad. And the excitement just in this thing in general is not great, is it? So let's turn that off. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, let's just leave it with that for now. We are going to have to do something a bit different there, aren't we? But for now, it's been 45 minutes, so I'm going to leave that as it is. We are remarkably close to doing this. I mean, I was hopeful that we'd manage to pull it off in one, but ultimately, you know, thought it might be asking a bit much. And I think we could probably be playing around with this for another half hour or so at least, unless we get very lucky. So I will probably leave it there. I might spend a little bit more time reading up on how you can just get small increases to excitement. But yeah, that corner there is a problem. Maybe that, maybe even that. Lateral G-force is fine pretty much the whole way. It's just this vertical G-force here. If we can get rid of that, a couple of these areas, that'll push our fear down. But it'll probably also push our excitement down as well. But if we can get this end bit up a little bit, that'll be good. If we can do something with this, this bit here is absolutely killing us. This 5 here. If we can fix that, we will be laughing. So I might try sort of deleting that maybe and putting a little mini roll in or something, see if we can do that. Alright then. Hope you're still enjoying Planet Coaster. Please do like, subscribe, comment. If you do have any ideas on what I can do to improve this, to make it actually work the way we want it to, do let me know down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. Otherwise, I shall see you next time for more roller coaster fun in Planet Coaster's career mode. Thank you very much for joining me.